Hey, welcome back to the Digital Download. I'm here today with Taylor Hewlett, our VP of Client Success. How's it going, Taylor?
I'm good, Heather. I'm excited to be here. We're talking about AI. It's going to be great.
That's right. AI, rising competition, and the future of home service marketing.
Yes. Rising competition is an interesting one to start with because competition has always been rising, but we're seeing it at such an alarming rate right now that I'm excited to talk a little bit more about what we can do, what we're seeing in the market. And this isn't just what we're seeing. This is like straight from Google, what they're giving us and the data we can make decisions on. So
leads are getting more expensive. So how do we combat that? What are we doing?
What are we doing here at Camp and what can we do moving forward for sure? When I start to look at this, we at Camp need to be fiduciaries for our clients. That's our main goal. And we can't change that things are getting more competitive and more expensive, right? We were sitting in California together at our board, our advisory board retreat, and we had Google representation there. And they went through some data points that were super interesting of like, hey, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. There's no changing this. So how do we change what we can control to combat that? So what is that? What I found most interesting, and I'm going to break it out via, and I wanted to write it down because I don't want to misquote anything, but HVAC investment could go up by 20% year over year. So what does that actually mean for us and for the companies we work with and work for? If you spend 20% more next year than you did this year, you'll remain about the same. Mm-hmm. You won't grow, right? About, give or take, right? Sure. Every market is different. There's a lot of caveats to that. But as a blanket kind of statement, that's what we're hearing directly from Google, who supplies basically all of our marketing, right? And so HVAC is about 20%, plumbing is about 18% year over year, electrical 19%, so negligible, and drain services about 20%. So if we can broad statement that in broad strokes, 20% year over year increase in what it costs to do business today. Just to stay the same.
I know.
So if you want to grow, you can increase by more than 20% because inflation, competition, so on and so forth. Or you can do more internally. And that's what kind of excites me a little bit too, is like, how do we get marketing and operations to work better together?
Yeah. So next Thursday, May 28th, we're hosting an online workshop with Danny from Can't Stop the Growth. And there you're going to be talking about, like you said, harmonizing marketing and operations, making sure that we're maximizing every lead that's coming in. So you're not just leaving money on the table. Like, you're paid for these leads. You want to make sure that you're running them for revenue and getting the most you can out of each and every one.
100%. And Danny is one of the best trainers I think I've ever seen. I've met him a few times. I haven't been on a training with him yet, but I'm super excited to dig in with him on exactly that. How can we optimize marketing and operations together? When we look at cost per lead and number of leads in the door versus average ticket, selling, booking rate, all of missed calls, for goodness sakes, right? Let's not leave money on the table. Let's figure out what that looks like. So super excited about that workshop. And that's exactly what it is. I'm glad you said that because we're not going to just be sitting here talking and like, oh, in theory. No. We're going to open up the books. We're going to get the numbers, right? And we're going to ask our participants to actually write down what numbers they are seeing, right? Number of calls in, booked, average ticket, and what does it look like to increase one of those to your bottom line? What does it look like to increase marketing to your bottom line?
So be very hands-on.
That's the magic of it. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, me too. I think it'll be great. So definitely sign up and tune in next Thursday. Okay, so we've all heard the buzz, like search is evolving. So what is changing right now? Like, what can you tell us more about that and what it means for home services?
Right, of course. So let's back up a second on how search is evolving. I think it's a really interesting point to hit on because when we talk about how search is evolving so fast, I think we're all learning together.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. I mean, every day there's a new change. So
there's a new change. There's something new happening. I mean, just as an example, this is a total tangent, but just as an example, we saw that ChatGPT is releasing their ad platform, right? And it's all in beta or kind of in beta now, maybe not so much, but it's like 1 week they had national, right? So any national brand could use it and you could target the entirety of the United States.
Right.
And a week later, I kid you not, a week later, we saw, okay, now you can start targeting by city and state, which is very, very interesting, right? Like how fast
it's changing.
That changes, right? And it's still really cheap. So we're exploring that. We're on the forefront of that. We have a stance that we're going to start testing it with some clients here and there, but right now the reporting is limited and those types of things. So just to kind of finish off that tangent, our point here is that it's it's fast. It's changing so fast. And so if we actually take a look at this in real time, when someone makes a Google search, let's pretend like I want to buy a new pair of Nike shoes, right? I would go to Google, type in my favorite Nike shoes, right? And I'd get a list of blue links,
right?
Your search engine results page, right? Maybe I get a few reviews in there. Maybe I get some product recommendations, but it's on me as the consumer to go like click on the link, go to the website, make the search, right? Look at the reviews. Do they have my size? Do they not have my size? How much is it? Are they running a sale right now? Like all of those things I'm looking at subconsciously. Yep. Maybe I can go to a different, like Foot Locker, right? That maybe not direct from Nike, but maybe Foot Locker is running a sale. So maybe I'll go check them out, right? And I back out of that site and go back to the different site, and I'm bouncing around like crazy.
Yep.
That was the old days, right? We're kind of still in those days right now, especially for service industry, which we'll get to. Then we started looking at AI overview, right? So what does that look like? I'll switch queries because it's a better example. How far away is Mars from Earth, right? I don't know the mileage, but Google does, right?
Sure.
And it knows it because of the websites that it can go search for now. So when we look at AI overview, how far away is Mars from Earth? I make that query or make that search into Google. AI overview will go search for me and bring me back the answer.
Yep.
I can go click on websites if I want, but I don't need to. That is the 0-click era that we are kind of in right now, right? We don't necessarily need to leave Google too much to get the information we're looking for.
They don't want us to.
No, of course they don't. Are you kidding?
They want us to stay right there.
Yes. So Google doesn't want us to leave the platform. Insert search engine here, Bing, Google, whatever. They don't want us to leave the platform. So introduce AI mode. This is this next evolution of 0-click search, right? That's happening. This is where search is now becoming a solution for us rather than the vehicle for us to find our own solution.
Okay.
Right? Yep. So when we go to Google, and I'm going to screen share over here, and maybe I just look for a pair of Nike shoes, and this is what we saw before, right? So I search for Nike shoes. It doesn't matter what pair. Maybe I'll search for Air Max ones next, or whatever they're called. You can tell I don't wear Nikes, but when I'm here, I can go kind of do my own research, maybe go to Nikes. You can see a sponsored result here. Let's go back and do this same exact search, but in AI mode. So if I click on AI mode, this looks a little bit different now, right? So when I'm looking at this, I can see, okay, it's gonna ask me, what am I interested in? Do I want to use them for running? Is it more for a sneaker and fashion, right? Yeah. What do I want it for? Let's say I do want some running ones. So I'm going to search for Men's Revolution 8s. I am looking for Men's Revolution 8s for running. And these are pretty simple queries because I'm kind of doing them in real time here.
Yep.
When someone actually sits down and use AI mode, they might do a big, long prompt or query in here that's something like, hey, I'm looking for Men's Revolution 8s for running. I have a marathon coming up, and I am a size 11, and I want to spend $100, right? I have no idea if that's even competitive,
right? But
that's the query that I might look at. It looks like that is competitive because it's saying that they're about $75. So when I'm in this AI mode, notice how when I make these queries, I'm not like necessarily leaving the surface here, right? I'm not leaving this platform. It's all happening right here. I'm not even touching a website yet, which is so interesting. So if I click on one of these, then now it's just showing me a flyout to the right of like, okay, here's what the shoe looks like. What size do you want? What color do you want? Right? Okay. So I said I'm a size 11. So I'll click that. And then you can see it without even leaving the surface, it shows me what colors are available. Yeah. So it's finding the solution for me in real time. Yes. That's the coolest part about this. So let's say I want black ones, size 11, whatever. And then it's changing the different stores that I can buy from, right? So it's saying DSW has some, Dick's Sporting Goods has some, Famous Footwear has some, and I can compare prices from all of those. And
are those sponsored results, or are they showing up as like organic?
No, these are all organic right now. I don't know. I'm going to be totally, okay, this is a good caveat here. If anyone tells you that they know what they're talking about with this stuff, they're lying.
Don't believe them.
Do not believe them, okay?
It's changing too fast.
It's changing so fast that you can't even, this is so hard to keep up with.
Right.
That we are like in real time learning and changing with it, right? And so when you say, oh, are those sponsored results? I'm pretty sure they're not. Like, I don't think there are any ad buying options available for AI mode yet.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
But it's coming.
Yet.
That's the interesting part.
Yeah.
It's like yet. It's going to happen.
Right.
Because Google if there's one thing they know how to do is they know how to make money.
Right.
So when we look at this, okay, size 11, black, I've made my decision. I want to purchase these sneakers or these shoes, whatever. But maybe the price isn't quite right. Right. Maybe I want to get down to $60. Like I don't want to spend $75. So I'm going to track the price, and I don't have my settings set up just yet, but I can actually track the price and have it tell me
when they hit
my price.
Yep.
Think about this though.
I know. That's like it's like
like
having
a dream,
an assistant.
right? It's like a dream.
It's
like
so
you can go,
so much less clunky having to go
right?
back and forth, and it's all just there.
It's just there. And then like, I don't have to go, oh, are they running a sale right now? Or yeah, I think these shoes are only worth $60, but like maybe let's see if they're go on sale next week, or maybe I'll wait till Black Friday or whatever.
Right.
This is doing it for me.
Right. Yeah.
Done.
Wow.
So when I'm in here, okay, maybe $74 is the right price. When I click on that, that's when it takes me to the site, to the actual product page, size 11. I'm on DSW.
Yep.
Right. And lets me add it to the bag. So that's where we are right now. Think about when we went from blue links, clicking, researching, go to the site, come back and forth, to AI mode. I know it's a little different for product searches, and then now AI overview, and then now to AI mode.
Right. It's just so much more efficient.
It's so much more efficient, and it's so different.
Yeah.
It's so different, right? And I cannot get off of Google's AI mode surface without 2 or 3 clicks.
Right.
To get out of that, and then even then, I still see it on the left-hand side of my screen.
Yeah, it doesn't
it's
ever
still
go away.
There, right?
Yeah.
Because then I can go over to Dick's Sporting Goods here, and it'll research for me, and show me what I can buy from Dick's Sporting Goods. Because maybe DSW only has them in wide, and I want them in narrow or whatever, right? Or regular. Maybe they offer free shipping on Dick's Sporting. Maybe I'm a Dick's Sporting Goods member, so like I get free shipping, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I can bounce back and forth from all of that. That's the coolest part of this whole thing. I'd love to do another example here for when we look at water heater. I'd love to, like, we always look at HVAC, I think, results, and I think it'd be fun to look at one more example of a Rheem water heater. Because what we're seeing here at camp is not only are we picking up on services and purchase intent, service intent from the AI mode, right? Like my water heater is broken, or I'm not getting any hot water anymore.
Right.
we're actually seeing some data come in where they're searching for the unit name, right? They're searching actually for Rheem. They go downstairs, they go wherever that unit is, and they being the customer,
the homeowner. Yep.
Yeah, and they see, oh, this is a Rheem. They don't maybe know what that means,
Sure,
but they can tell that it's a logo and a brand,
right? Or even take a picture and use Google Lens.
Exactly,
yes.
exactly. So the consumer is catching on to these trends so quickly, which is really, really exciting. Okay, so let's just do another example of, like, for water heaters. I think we talked about this.
Yep.
Like when we make a search, and you can see what we searched here was, can you find someone who can come and fix my Rheem water heater in Camp Hill, PA?
Yep.
You can see we use please as well because we're very polite
Yes.
here. But when we look at this, we can actually see Pronto is one of our clients. And you can see that they are a specialized expert. Google AI Mode is touting them as the specialized expert.
Okay.
And we can click on that link. And what's cool about that is it pops their Google business profile on the
nice.
right-hand side.
Okay.
Right. So
Yep.
I haven't left, right? I haven't left Google yet, but
Right.
it popped their Google business profile.
Yep.
When I click on maybe that booking link, right? If I click on that booking link, which I just did, it'll actually show me and take me to the site to book with them directly.
Okay, great.
When we make that click and that GBP pops, we can get over to that booking link, and it takes us directly to their site,
Website.
right? That GBP slides over to the left, right? We haven't left that surface
Yes.
yet, just like when we bought the Nike shoes, and we book a job with them directly from
Yep.
from their site. What does this mean for the future, though, from AI mode? If the goal is to not have the user leave the
Right.
surface.
What does this mean for websites?
I think when we talk about websites, a lot of people are like, oh, well, then I don't need a website anymore. That's absolutely not the case, right?
No, because that's what's serving up all that info.
Right?
Right? Okay.
Right? Like when we look at AI mode, Google results, it doesn't matter if you're looking at blue links, AI mode, AI overview, websites are the bedrock of all of this.
Okay.
I was just on LinkedIn literally this morning, and someone from Google, I cannot remember their name. I probably shouldn't even talk about it because I don't even know what their name was. But Google came out and said that AEO, GEO, it's SEO.
Oh,
That's all it is.
interesting.
Like they literally came out this morning as of today and said it's all SEO.
Oh.
You're just optimizing your site
Okay.
for results.
And we're talking about how quickly things are changing, because I feel like last week, like Katie was like, okay, I had been saying it's all SEO, but it's all these different things now too. So now they're flipping.
It's
back and
changing so quickly.
Yeah.
And when we look at this, like it's all wrapped up into how can I make my website the most optimized thing it can be, whether people are hitting it or whether Google is hitting it.
Yep.
So here at Camp, we are building websites that serve both.
Yep.
The consumer, because we still have people going to the websites. That I don't think that's going to change anytime soon, but it's coming. And a website that is built for the robot, the AI.
Yes.
Right. So without getting too technical, that means that our websites are organized, have proper schema, are quick and responsive, right? That first load is super, super important because our AI mode, our AI bots are crawling these sites very, very fast. So just to name a few things of what we're doing is like, okay, this is important. And we're seeing that with Pronto, the example that we were able to show with a water heater, right? When we're building, we have a product called Camp Local that we build product specific pages. So a Ream or a Lennox, right? We build that page to serve for that product in that area because we are very specific and we can see that AI mode is serving them.
Yep.
They're serving those Pronto pages. A client of ours that has Camp Local that we're being very strategic in our SEO, AEO, GEO efforts for this very reason.
Yeah. Awesome. That's great. So we're staying ahead of things.
We have to. We have to. And I'll put the big caveat on it again is that it's happening so quickly that anyone says, "Oh yes, I have it all figured out," is absolutely full of it.
Yeah.
Right? But we are finding some success here in these certain areas. And that's why we're excited to talk about some of these things.
Yeah.
So when we look at AI mode and AI being able to book jobs and like, that's our way future state, 100%. What are we doing here at Camp to help us get there? That's what we're talking about.
In the meantime.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So first mover advantage, like tell us about this. Like what does that mean for companies that can adapt sooner than later?
Yes. So, I was at a Google conference in San Francisco and the head of YouTube was there. He had been there for, I don't know, a while, like almost since YouTube was a thing, right? Since they first developed it as a product.
Yeah.
He said that the companies that have the most success are able to turn into the curve.
Okay.
So right now we are at the precipice of like this AI curve. I shouldn't say we're at the precipice. We're in it.
Yeah.
Like we are in it.
Yeah. It's happening.
It's happening and it's happening fast. So companies that can be first mover, and I'm not saying to take all of your budget and push it into this.
Sure.
But what I am saying is like not keeping an eye on it is just going into the curve blind.
Or take some of your budget and test things with that.
Right.
Right. Like you want to test things out.
How can we test things? How can we figure out what's going on out here? And if we are first to market and first movers, we can pass our competition in that curve. Let's go all the way back to the front part of this episode.
Yeah.
Google is raising costs, right? I shouldn't say Google is, but costs are
rising.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. By about 20% to stay the same. So what can we do to get ahead of that? Turn it into the curve.
Right.
First mover advantage is this. So if we are leveraging specific location specific product pages,
yes,
that's going to help us rank higher in the AI mode, right? When we get there.
Yep.
If we're building our website for the user, the human, as well as the AI, the robot, that's going to help us get there,
yep.
right? So even if we are a smaller shop and we're going up against Goliath, we can have a little bit of first mover
presence
advantage
there.
there. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, great. What do you think home service companies are underestimating about all of this change right now?
I don't know if it quite fits the bill of underestimating, but I'm going to tell you what the first thing that comes to mind for me is that they have to be on top of everything all at once, right? I think that's the first thing that comes to mind is, oh my gosh, we're seeing increasing costs, we have to spend more, or we're seeing this rise in AI, so we have to do this. And, we talked about a lot of different directions here. And one thing that I think can feel overwhelming and be underestimated is that you have to do a little of a lot. And I don't want people to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good move. I think we need to be strategic, especially when it comes to like your business goals and how much budget you have and all of the different things, different size businesses. We have to focus in on the 2 or 3 things that are going to help us move the needle first. And then we can build on top of that. Because if we try to do a lot with a little, if we try to do a little of a lot, right?
Yeah.
we're not going to do any of it
Yeah.
justice.
Just knee-jerk reactions to like
Yeah.
the latest thing that's happening every
Yeah.
single day is not going to do any favors.
We talked about the ChatGPT ads.
Yeah.
We're not going to knee-jerk reaction to that, right? We don't
Right.
need to be doing that right now. It's
Right.
not for us yet.
Sure.
It will be 100%.
We'll watch it.
Yeah, and we're watching it.
Yeah.
We're keeping it on the back burner. But as we move into it being more location-based targeting, it being having better reporting, right now the ads platform
Right.
on ChatGPT,
Yeah.
it's pretty minimal.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's their first iteration.
Sure.
But like I said, they started at national targeting, and within a week they were down to the local level, or
Yeah.
city level, I should say.
Yeah.
Right. So it's going to happen. It's going to
And
be
fast.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're doing what we need to do because to make ourselves ready
Yes.
when it is time.
When it is time, because
Yeah.
the last thing we want to do is set money on fire.
Sure. Yeah.
Don't want to do that.
That's not being a good fiduciary. for our
Exactly.
clients, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So for home service company owners, marketers who are listening and feeling overwhelmed like by all of this that we were talking about, what are some specific things that they can do right now to feel like they have more of a handle on things or to not feel so overwhelmed?
Right. I think it's exactly what we just talked about around let's focus on the 2 or 3 things that we should be doing today to help us prepare for tomorrow.
Okay.
Right. And I can hear, like if I've had the amazing opportunity to speak at Pantheon and a bunch of different events across the country about this. And I can hear the audience tell me, what are those?
What are those?
Yeah,
what are those
2 or
things?
3
I was just
things?
going to ask you.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? I can
Yeah.
hear it. And for me, those 2 or 3 things come down to a very solid website.
Yep.
And I know that's like a very general thing to say, but when we get down to it, it is getting a little bit specific on geo pages, product pages. What can you start to target in your home market on your website to make sure you're telling both the computer, right, the AI,
Right.
and the person what you do. Like when we get down to the fundamentals, that's like step number 1,
Sure.
because everything we just talked about is built on websites.
Sure.
100%.
Yep.
So that's like number 1. Number 2 is you saw in that AI mode, it flips over to that GBP.
Yes.
So I think that's really important to make sure that that is updated, that you are playing in Google's playground.
Yep.
Adding photos, making sure you're you're getting good
Yes.
reviews, right? You are getting quality reviews. You're responding to those. It's basically the optimization of that profile. So when we talk about websites coupled with GBP, those are the 2 1-2 punches that I think we can do like literally today.
Sure.
That's going to help us move that needle. And then the last thing is going to be very unpopular is hold. Just wait for
Breathe.
a second, right?
Yeah.
Just breathe into this, because our jobs are changing so quickly, and it's exciting, right? Shiny object syndrome is a big thing. But when an owner comes to me and says, well, I got to be showing up in ChatGPT results, and it's like, I hear you, and we will do that. We have our eye on it. We want to sponsor those results too, 100%.
Right.
But let's make sure we are proper fiduciaries, we're proper partners, and we're not going to go out and light your 100 bills on fire.
Sure.
We're going to understand what we are getting for that spend when that platform is ready.
Yeah.
So I know, like we talked about, things are moving so fast and we have to be on it. We have to turn into the curve, like go. Yes, on your GBP, on your website.
Okay.
And then I think when we talk about sponsored results in AI mode and in ChatGPT and other AI models, let's hold for a second. Let's make sure that we are taking the proper steps
Okay.
to know what's working
Yep.
and what isn't. Because when you don't know that, you're flying your airplane blind.
Yeah. Well, nobody wants to do that.
Exactly.
I certainly
Exactly.
don't. So,
No.
yeah.
No,
Okay.
thank you.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Taylor, for all the great info. And
I'm excited. These
yeah,
are fun. Yeah, we'll have to do this again.
we will, certainly. Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.